Well, good morning. How are all of you? We've had lots of folks talk nicely about us, Jeff.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they like that we do this every now and then, so we'll do this. 1 minute. So if you're just waking up this morning, National Avocado Day, so go get your guac. I said earlier that the guac, that Casey makes some great guac. I wish she was here because I don't want anybody else's guac. She's the only guac for me. And that's not an innuendo. Just stop it, will you?
Yes, it is.
You know?
It absolutely is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Shut up. We're gonna talk about Halloween.
No, yeah, if you want. If
All right.
you want me to tee off.
Well, I do want you to tee off. When Jeff Lane tees off, it makes me happy. That is an innuendo.
Let's get back to your wake-up call with Phil Quinn. Brought to you by Phillips Drugs on Richmond's Classic Hits 101.6.
6:45. We've got 64 degrees here in the Whitewater Valley. Thank you for joining us. It's time to take a look behind the headlines. Thanks to those folks watching online, Facebook Live. Trying to figure out how to go to stream that to YouTube on the Points YouTube page, Jeff Lane, and trying to get that done. But we just got to test it and try. One of the reasons why this is on my page and not on the Points page is because I'm not sure if we say something off the air that the station wouldn't like. Like a curse word or two. So I thought if it's on my page, I can delete it quickly, and then there's just a lot of people that follow the Points page now. So at this point, so anyway, and we keep trying to look at the different setups that we have too. So I don't even know if people can see. I don't think people can see you. You have to scoot over a little bit. Yes, yeah. Move your microphone over so we can do this thing. Good Lord, we're trying. Yes, you got to move the whole thing.
No, I can't handle this.
Now,
I don't
see,
do well with change.
You're not good with change. Speaking of which,
Here we go.
there are 100,000 people. Well, first of all, I need Mayor Snow to hear me. I need Mayor Snow and City Council to hear me.
Don't listen.
What?
Go ahead.
So there are 100,000 people that have signed a petition to have Halloween as the last Saturday in October. Not the 31st, just the last Saturday. Now, you're going to be upset and say, what's wrong with America? This is the continued wussification.
Yes. Halloween has worked for 200 years. Why do we have to change it? Why can't we leave well enough alone?
Because parents are not in a position of making smart, responsible decisions. And so what they do is they call up the mayor's office and they go, when's trick-or-treating? Well, if we just said it and left it, it wouldn't be a problem. So if you want to celebrate Hallows Eve on the 31st, fine. But we can end all of the trick-or-treating debate if we just say, look, we're only trick-or-treating on the last Saturday in October. And if it rains on that Saturday and you want to go Sunday, fine, but don't ever call us again. We have bike paths. We have instructions on how to use the bike paths. We have really important stuff to do. Don't have time for this. So you know what I'm saying? You just eliminate the worry. Nobody ever has to ask again. Hey, when's the 4th Street Fair? First weekend in October. When's Levi Coffin Days, or whatever they're calling it now, the Coffin Fest, whatever. Lions Club Community Fest, 3rd week in September. When's Preble County Pork Festival? Same time. As long as we know the weekend, we're fine.
You tire me.
We got a minute for news. The whole idea for this segment was that we could do a deep dive on the news, and I held us up, so I'm sorry.
Well, that's all right. Let's dive deep.
Okay.
We're talking about the Western Wayne teenager who made a threat on social media to, quote, massacre people in Cambridge City. He was arrested, 19-year-old Jacob Gaddis of Dublin, but he has bonded out, charged with felony intimidation. But here's the thing. Back in February, this guy also allegedly shot a juvenile in the leg following an argument on West 21st Street in Connorsville. He was not immediately arrested as a result of that incident.
Wasn't that cool that none of it's cool, but applause or accolades going to Cambridge City Police had that guy in custody in an hour.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Good work by those guys.
Right.
The City of Richmond has released a video talking about the Loop project, as you mentioned earlier. Richmond's bike path soon to open, and as part of that, they released a video yesterday. Safety tips, how to read some signs, all that kind of stuff.
We need helmets.
Yeah.
The whole community needs to get together and buy a bunch of helmets. We go partner with one of the big box stores in town, and we just say, look, if you don't have a helmet, you need one. If we want to give away some bikes, we can do that too, but if you want families to start using it, give them an incentive, and then also let's do some safety village. Take a thing on the road, go with Aaron Stevens, and do bike safety on the bike paths.
Yeah.
So
absolutely, yeah. Roseview Transit, their phone system up and running after a lightning strike a little more than 24 hours ago. It took out their communications system. It did not hurt anybody, but it was an issue yesterday for people trying to arrange paratransit pickups, that kind of thing. But I did check this morning. I made a phone call, and it seems like everything is up and running.
Okay.
For those people. Let's see. Fayette County, they are now taking a second look at their needle exchange program. Very controversial, obviously, in both Fayette and here in Wayne County. They have a state grant that expires in a couple weeks unless they apply for renewal, and they're not sure they're going to do it. They're going to take a look at some statistics, meet with the state's Department of Health, and see if this is really a worthwhile thing or not. Reed Health, though, they have already expressed their support for needle exchange in Fayette County after having recently acquired what was Fayette Regional Health System. And then a new retailer coming to Richmond's Gateway Shopping Center. It's Harbor Freight.
What do they do?
Been in one. Have you?
No. I don't even know what they do. Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight. They sell all kinds of tools, power equipment, accessories, stuff like that.
Okay.
It's a pretty big franchise, 800 locations across the country. Right now, the closest one to Richmond's in Greenville. No specific opening date. Sometime in November is the target, though.
Okay. All right. Our question of the day: what movie should never be remade?
Every single one of them. There should never. Every single one
Good
of them.
God! Can you get a cardigan, sweater, and some Werthers and go sit in a rocking chair? How old are you?
Why do you have to make?
Well, I mean, some remakes aren't awful, but there's got to be one movie that should be left alone. For me, I chose two. Casablanca should never be remade.
Yeah.
Just because the time isn't right for it. We'll never go back to that time period. And The Sandlot. I don't want The Sandlot to ever be made. There's not another group of kids that can make that work.
Yeah, that's good. And I talk about, I think about the greatest movie ever,
Yeah.
which is Caddyshack. And, and when that was remade, it was a complete disaster. It wasn't really remade. It was just it was a follow-up.
Yeah.
Two different things. But I don't know. I just don't think when you hear songs that are redone, there are very few that I can think that a remake is ever better than the original.
We didn't get a chance to talk about this. We have 1 minute to do it. I went on a rant yesterday. Wake Up Call Podcast, 1017thepoint.com, wherever you get your podcasts. I was not in town when you guys did the story about Northeastern, Cambridge City, and Nettle Creek all getting together to talk about consolidation.
Right.
This is good, right?
It is for you.
Do you think that we had any of our conversations had anything to do with this?
No.
No. I think so. And yesterday, I got a little feedback because I said, if Centerville and Richmond don't get into these conversations, which Phil Stevenson and Todd Terrell have both been staunch opponents to trying to even have this conversation, at least they met on the 18th. But if that works, they could cut enough management positions to give teachers a really healthy bonus, and then all your good teachers go to that consolidated school district and start making more money, and they leave Richmond and Centerville. So you better be at the table or you're going to miss out, because you're going to miss out on the talent. And I'm sorry, superintendents have a tough job, but teachers are where it's at. If you got good teachers, you're going to have good kids. I mean, kids are going to go there. So, right?
That's a fantastic observation.
Don't you think?
Yes, I know, I really do.
I
I thought about you when we were talking.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so the last thing is about the Reds brawl and the melee. Now, the Reds and Pirates they've been saucy at each other for a couple of months now.
Yeah, they hate each other.
Okay.
But Clint Hurdle, the Pirates manager,
Yeah, he's not a good guy.
that guy's a turd. He is.
Yeah, it's not good. All right, well, we're going to get out of here. Thank you, Jeff Lane. We appreciate it.
Is now offering student athletes their
We'll find out if the turd is something that I need to keep off of the Facebook live feed. It went on the radio, so sort of thinking. Mayor Snow, if you hear me, you've got to go trick-or-treating last Saturday in October, even if we don't change the holiday, right?
Yeah, that's two different things. You said Halloween, not trick or treat.
I know, but if I can't get you to move Halloween,
I'm cool.
I want.
Okay, I'm cool with trick or treat. That's fine.
All right,
but don't jack around with Halloween. That's no good.
All right. Hey guys, see ya.